2023 had it all when it came to music, record-breaking tours, unique songwriting, and new artists on the rise. Stephanie Sy looks back at the music that made 2023.
2023 was a year that gave us the post-pandemic rebirth of sold-out stadium concerts by artists like Taylor Swift and Beyonce, as well as the meteoric rise of artists like Noah Kahan and Ice Spice. The year also shined the spotlight on more controversial issues in music, from using AI technology to write songs to artists' continued battle for fair pay with music streaming services. To unpack the year in music, we've got Maura Johnston, a freelance music writer and critic, and Candace McDuffie, a senior writer at The Root. The first question, I want to start with you, Candace, which is, did you see any themes stick out in the music of 2023?
I think for 2023, there was a big shift that really highlighted the complexity and the fullness of the Black experience. You have artists like Janelle Monáe exploring sexuality and queerness in a really visual and bold way.
Looking in the mirror at me, my God, like who that?
Andre 3000 stepped away from the mic to make a record where he played just the flute. And then artists like Killer Mike, who explored his identity as a Black man in America, who deals with struggles, losing his mother, losing his grandmother.
My mama dead, my grandmama dead. To keep it honest, I get depressed and be feeling scared.
We heard these stories before, but I feel like this year it was really just much more unapologetic and much more attention grabbing from these artists.
I think there was a lot of push for connection between people. Certainly the increased visibility and popularity of large-scale concerts and even smaller scale ones really helped that. And also, I think that there were just a lot more songs that were coming from unexpected places, whether it was places outside of the US or even the past. Miguel, he's a really great artist, super innovative, melding genres together. His 4 albums are some of my favorites of the last 15 years. And TikTok picked up his song Sure Thing and sped it up and turned it into a sensation and got him kind of back making music again. So that's great. It's a nice success story.
Candace, I'm curious, were there any breakout artists that you would note and any favorite new artists of 2023?
I feel like Sexyy Red, she's a female hip hop artist, had a ridiculous year. The success of Pound Town, the success of Ski, and her receiving backlash for being so lewd, even though male artists in her genre have been doing that for decades. It was a problem when she did it. So it's interesting to see her represent her sexual agency with her platform and receive the reception the way that she did.
Maura, what about you? Any breakout artists that you want to note?
Noah Kahan is one for sure. He's a Vermont singer-songwriter. He's been around for a while, but he had a huge year. Also, Peso Pluma was a big breakthrough artist. He's from Mexico, and he was on the first Musica Mexicana single to crack the top 10 ever. And it's really, bringing together traditional Mexican sounds with ideas borrowed from hip-hop and modern R&B.
Were there any other unusual trends that stuck out to either of you in this year's music?
I guess for me, seeing the American charts kind of becoming more globally influenced, you had Jungkook and other members of BTS having a lot of success via streaming. You had Tyla from South Africa having a hit with the song Water. And those were just a few of the artists that, weren't just from other countries, but were using the music inspired by where they're from to make the top 10. And I feel like that's part of the function of the loss of gatekeepers and people kind of elevating songs from the bottom up via streaming.
I think it was great to see Black women kind of explore, darker themes in their music. SZA's biggest hit this year was about a revenge fantasy, Kill Bill killing her ex-boyfriend.
Don't you know I did it all for us? I just killed my ex.
Doja Cat is dressing up as the devil and during her shows and painting the town red. Just seeing this different kind of imagery we see for Black women who aren't afraid to kind of go to those places that other artists have gone.
When you listen to a song like Kill Bill by SZA or when you see the sort of sexual brazenness of some of the music videos that came out this year, how does that land with you as a Black woman consuming the content?
I love it. I feel like we need to see that representation. We need to kind of explore these places we haven't previously. We We need to embrace our fullness. We need to take risks. If Lady Gaga can wear a meat dress, I need SZA to be a character as well. So, and the dialogue that comes from it, the making people uncomfortable. Let's talk about it. Let's get into why this resonates.
Maura, what were some of the most interesting music releases you heard?
I'd say Chappell Rowan, who released an album called The Rise and Fall of the Midwest Princess, which is probably the most fun pop album of the year. And it's really audacious and daring and very sexual. And it sort of follows her on her journey discovering her sexuality. I really loved Kali Uchis's Red Moon and Venus, which is just this really gorgeous sounding, thoughtful meditation on love and what it means. Zach Bryan is another artist who had a big year, and I thought his self-titled album was great. He kind of brings together heartland rock and Americana and country with a little bit of just like indie rock scruffiness in this really fun way. And I really love the Paramore album, super spiky, super confrontational, sort of shaving off all of the poppier parts of their last couple of records and just getting really post-punky almost.
I think Victoria Monet's debut album, Jaguar 2, very powerful, very popular all over social media. On My Mama, you cannot escape that song.
I love that song.
So good.
And to see her transition from a songwriter, writing for artists like Ariana Grande and Blackpink, to kind of having her own spotlight and showing that she can do this.
I put that on my own mama, on my hood. I look fly, I look good.
She can dance and sing and write songs and have this stage presence that is just really impressive. I think too, Boy Genius, the record, I got to see them earlier this year at Reset. And there was so much acclaim around the record. And I was like, I'm not going to listen to it, like, whatever. And I saw them and I was like, oh, I get it now. Like, yeah, these three women, just so brilliant at what they do, writing songs, writing these really tight, biting melodies.
I can't stop staring at the ceiling fan, spinning out.
Just, it was a great record overall.
Last question. What was your favorite song of the year, Candace?
I like Killer Mike's album, Michael, a lot this year. There's a song on it called Down by Law with CeeLo Green, and it's very powerful. It opens the record.
My name is Michael. Under my law. Under my law. Under my law.
Won't you help us so holy, Father?
It just catches your attention. It's very grounded. His baritone is just embraces you, and it kind of set the tone for this exploration of his identity.
Good answer. Maura?
I think it has to be Bad Idea Right by Olivia Rodrigo.
Yes, I know that he's my ex, but can't you be more reconnect? I only see him as a friend, the biggest lie I ever said.
I love how she uses the gnarly textures of 90s alt rock to kind of musically encapsulate the sticky feeling she gets from seeing an ex after a long time. I just think that she's a really great artist that's, obviously hitting my nostalgia sweet spot, but at the same time, she's doing it in a way that feels very natural.
Candace McDuffie and Maura Johnston, what a pleasure to have you. Thank you.
Thanks for hanging out with us. It's so much fun.